Today we're looking at some secret benefits of Chase cards. From lounges and event venues, all the way up to secret pop-ups at conferences, Chase has been upping their game behind the scenes. These are not for everyone, and plenty of them make me wish I lived in New York. We'll start with the broad boring ones, and then move into the specific fun ones. Even then, these are potential wins for a lot of their target audience. Big favor before we dive into everything is to give this a thumbs up to help with the algorithm. If you know someone that might benefit, then share this with them. The first one is IHG One Rewards Platinum Elite status for Chase Sapphire Reserve cardholders. A lot of people haven't activated this, so log into your Chase account and it's an option. You get complimentary Platinum Elite status. In case you're wondering why I haven't done it, it's because I have it from one of their cards. So this is the same status you would get with their top level card, so not bad at all. The main draw is earning 60% bonus points, Hertz 5-star status, reward night discounts, complimentary upgrades, welcome amenity of points or drinks/snacks, and early check-in if available. In the US, it's pretty mediocre. In Asia, it can be weirdly overpowered. For example, we got free breakfast at the Regent Taipei. Asia Hotel breakfast isn't the sad bacon and sausage spread that we have in the US. It's like a full-on breakfast buffet of congee, hot and cold items, and just something that actually feels worth eating. It still is very hit or miss depending on the hotel, but you might as well activate the perk. Worst case, you wait 60 seconds, and your next stay is slightly better. Also a reminder that IHG does have a lot of brands. This ranges from Holiday Inns to Crown Plazas to top-level Intercontinentals, Regents, and Six Senses. It just depends on your budget and goals for your trip. The next one is access to Air Canada lounges with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. If you fly Star Alliance, this is one of the most underrated benefits. As a reminder, Star Alliance is one of the big three. This includes airlines like Air Canada, ANA, EVA, Lufthansa, Swiss, Singapore, and of course, United. You don't even need a business class ticket, even basic economy counts. If you're stuck at the airport anyways, and you could use a stiff drink or a coffee, especially if the priority pass options are a mess anyways, then this is a great alternative. Reminder that you do need your physical card to get in. Mobile wallet doesn't count. Another thing to note is eligible cards. Chase Sapphire Reserve and JP Morgan Reserve cardholders and authorized users can invite one guest at no charge. For the Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, it's only the primary and they can invite one guest. Those are the only cards. Even though the Ritz-Carlton credit card has access to Sapphire lounges by the club, that's not the case for Air Canada lounges, at least right now. Air Canada lounges are hit or miss, with SFO and LAX being two of the better ones in the US. Most are unsurprisingly in Canada. The US currently has LaGuardia, LAX, and SFO, Europe has Frankfurt and London, and lots of Canadian options including Calgary, Toronto, and Vancouver. Montreal is missing, and my understanding is that it's related to regulations. A lot of financial products don't operate in Quebec because they have different consumer protection rules and just significantly stricter requirements. Or it could just be capacity. If you are debating the card, I'd run the numbers. We do have a calculator and I'll link it down below, but it should also pop up if you search CSR, calculator, AskSebby. There's a lot going on with these cards and you really want to make sure that it actually makes sense. If the math doesn't math, there's a ton of other cards out there that might be a better fit based off your situation. On a side note, if you want to learn about cards, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, that they make sense for you, but otherwise, it's a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Reminder that the Chase Sapphire Reserve does have a bunch of hotel credits. For 2026, you have up to $750 available to you, up to $500 for the edit, and up to $250 for select options. For the first one, you can receive up to $250 in statement credits per transaction, and for the latter, it's for IHG, Montage, Pendry, Omni, Virgin, Minor, and Pan Pacific Hotel and Resorts. The partner one is currently a 2-night stay and has to be a prepaid pay now option. Same thing for the standard, the edit credit. Note that you cannot stack the 2 edit credits, you have to do 2 bookings. So minimum stays would be 2 nights plus 2 nights. What you might not know is you can stack the edit credit with the partner credit. There's a ton of data points on this already and it doesn't seem to be a problem, and if you're unsure, you can beat a data point you want to see. Also, in case you're curious, the edit credit is used before the partner one, and I'd argue that's a good thing. If you're staying at a more expensive hotel, consider using some Chase points. The reason being that you can use both the credit and also get great value for your Chase points. Let's say you want to go to the Kimpton in Salt Lake City. It's part of the edit and also eligible for points boost. Your options are $685 in cash or 34,257 points. Doing the math, 685 divided by 34K is 2 cents per point that you're locking in. What we want to do is use enough points and leave the rest for the credits. For example, 685 minus 250 would be 435. divide that by 0.02 would be 21,757. So in this case, we put that in and we're logging in 2 cents per point and also using the full credit and charging 1 cent to the card. If you have both the edit and the partner credit left over, same thing. 685 minus 250 minus 250 is 185.15, divided by 0.02 is 9,257. Here, same thing, you're locking in 2 cents per point and using both sets of credits, which is awesome. If you're investing in your health, you might be happy with some of their limited time offers. The crazy thing is that these are all things I use myself. My favorite is Whoop, which is a wearable health and fitness tracker. If you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can receive $359 in cash back for a Whoop Life annual membership. Life normally costs $359 per year, so this fully covers the cost, and that's a huge win. A big reason being that I've been using and paying for Whoop for a while now. So in this case, a $359 credit is $359 in value. Okay, what about other cards? With the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you can receive $100 in cash back for any Whoop annual membership. In this case, it might make sense to get one, which is $149 per year. You do get lower battery life, but you still get the core features like recovery and sleep tracking. Also activity monitoring, and my favorite of VO2 max and heart rate zones. As much as I love an Oura ring, it's hard to wear it when you're lifting weights, especially if you are going heavier. There are some differences for life in one, so I really like stress monitoring and health monitoring, but those are nice to haves. If you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, then probably worth trying the one plan for a year. For both of these, you do need to activate it through Chase offers before purchase, and the offer can only be redeemed once per eligible card member through May 12, 2026. If you're interested in signing up for Whoop after activating, go to AskSebby.com/Whoop. Another partnership that they have that I love for traveling is Calm. Maybe I'm alone, but sometimes I get a lot of anxiety very quickly. They have guided meditations, sleep stories, and additional wellness tools as part of Calm Premium. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get 100% back for a 1-year Calm Premium subscription. On the other hand, for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, it's 50% back for a 1-year Calm Premium subscription. Offer valid through March 31st, 2026. Worst case, you try it and set a reminder to cancel. Best case, you love it and it helps with sleep or stress. AskSebby.com/calm if you want to check it out. Another one I love and already use myself is Function Health. This is a lab test service that tracks a bunch of biomarkers. I actually tried to request something similar from my primary care provider, but they said I was healthy, so I don't need it until I was older. Function tells you what's in range and things you might want to watch for. For example, I need more omega-3s and vitamin D, but probably a bit less magnesium. My favorite part is that they give you an action plan to address it. Basically, preventative care versus diagnostic. Back when I signed up, their pricing was $499, and right now it's $365 per year. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get 50% back after spending $365 on a Function membership. For the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, it's only 15% back. Offer valid through March 31st, 2026. Again, not for everyone, but if you are trying to stay on top of stuff, then worth looking into. Last one is Prenuvo, which is an advanced MRI. So it's a whole body scan, and pricing is a bit more aggressive here at close to $2,500. I haven't used this one myself, but I have had friends use it and be big advocates. To be fair, a big reason for them though was that certain cancers ran in their family, and it made sense to be on top of stuff. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get a $500 statement credit when spending $2,499 or more on a Prenuvo whole body MRI scan. This is through March 31st, 2026. The first 3 I use and would happily recommend. This one I don't have experience with. But yeah, let me know if it's worth trying. Next is perks at stadiums like Madison Square Garden. There's a lot here, but the coolest one is the Chase Lounge. This isn't the biggest lounge, but definitely a cool space if you have an hour to spare before the game. This was renovated in 2023, and it's about 4,300 square feet, and there's complimentary food and soft drinks, and alcohol is paid. Taking a look at the food, it's not the fanciest, but it doesn't look bad at all. There's also a claw machine in the back if you want to try your luck for some merch. There is a catch though. Even though it's free, reservations are required, and it fills up quickly. Max capacity is just 250. Maybe I'm crazy, but people in New York seem very on top of lines. You pretty much need to grab them when they drop, whether you're into basketball, hockey, or you want to see some dog shows. If you are a frequent visitor, note that you are limited to 10 visits per regular season. There are other benefits like $5 off concessions and $20 off merchandising with spend minimums, but worth considering. Outside of MSG, there's similar benefits for the US Open and Chicago Theater. Same idea, you have to register and there's complimentary snacks and soft drinks. Given where I've seen Chase do marketing over the past year, I wouldn't be surprised if they expanded these lounges. They also do have mini versions of this with some other teams, like the Tampa Bay Lightning. Same thing with State Farm Arena with food and merchandise, and also of course Chase Center with Warriors and Valkyrie gear and food during games. Speaking of, Chase has done a lot of pop-ups at festivals and conferences. Lots of these are repeat ones. For example, Dreamville, Lollapalooza, Outside Lands, Tortuga, and a bunch of other ones. Don't expect Michelin-starred food. Same idea of airport lounges, it's usually get a drink and snacks and have a nicer bathroom. Should you get the card for these benefits? Probably not, but it's still nice when you run into an activation. For example, when we went to ComplexCon last year, we saw the Chase basketball court, but we only found out about the lounge for Chase Business when checking out the Arsham display and saw people going in and out of a fridge. I probably ate 15 or 20 mini Nobu apps that were complimentary and got a few $1 hand rolls and coffees, which was a fun time. Outside of events, they've also done soft open pop-ups. For example, the Chase Sapphire Reserve and JP Morgan Reserve Lounge in Aria in Vegas. They had small plates from Momofuku and drinks from Apotheke. This was back in 2024. My guess is that it was a test run and vendor vibe check for the actual airport lounge that opened in late 2025. They also have had partnerships with ski destinations. This might include discount lift tickets along with pop-up lounges. Okay, but what if you hate these crowded lounges? If you want to upgrade your travel, you can book the Reserve Suites. They currently have one in LGA LaGuardia. There's 3 suites here and it acts as a private airport lounge for you and your team. Suite 1 and 2 fit up to 8 people and Suite 3 fits up to 4. Whether it's worth it depends on you. Technically it's cheaper compared to competing products like PS, so private suites, where you're looking at $1,300 per person per visit. I guess unless you pay the $1,200 annual fee, and then it's $995 per visit. The All Access membership has a $4,800 annual fee, and then salon rate there is about $900. If you want privacy, then it's your best bet, especially if you're talking business, but I think for most people, you're probably happy with the standard lounge. Technically a benefit that you probably didn't know about, but a very small target market. Again, if you want to learn about cards, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. And if you're curious, all legal affiliate disclosures can also be found below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave a clinking glass emoji for champagne in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. 3 questions. Number 1, how would you rank these? Number 2, where would you want them to expand? And number 3, what benefits do you like that people don't seem to realize exists? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favorite, thumbs up, share this, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time.